Good morning. This is the National Weather Service office in Medford, Oregon, with a hopefully helpful, informative video about upcoming cold and wet weather. In this video, we're going to cover some beneficial precipitation. I think last time we published a video, it was about, the dearth, lack of precipitation that we've seen a lot of this winter, especially mid to late winter. Pattern change is occurring, and we're gonna see some very beneficial precipitation in the area. With that, though, there will be some weather hazards, some mountain snow, perhaps some low elevation snow as well, and late this weekend into next week. So we'll detail the hazards and impacts and kind of timeline for that. And lastly, we'll indicate some cold morning temperatures upcoming and kind of indicate potential impacts to agriculture or growing, because I know folks are growing things right now. So let's get into it here. We're just going to quickly show satellite imagery this morning. And if I could start my day on the right foot every day, I might look at some satellite imagery as part of that start. And if you go to our webpage, weather.gov/MFR, and click on radar and satellite, choose the satellite tab. Of course, there's not much going on with the radar right now. It's quiet today. And if you want kind of a big picture, you can choose water vapor imagery down here. It tells you, gives you a description. If you click on that, I've already clicked on it and loaded, so I'm going to. And it gives you a big kind of global, you can see the Earth actually, from many miles above in space. And this shows the strong front pushing into Southern California and into the Intermountain West. That's the front that cooled us down. Remember, we were in the 80s a few days ago, and now we're not. We're in the 50s, and it's 30-some degrees right now in the morning in Medford. So that's the front push through. And now we have this energy. You can see kind of a little bit of comma-shaped clouds, a little bit disturbances over the Northeast Pacific Ocean off of the coast of British Columbia. What's going to happen is these blue areas you see, it's going to bump up a little bit and allow this energy to come down the coast from British Columbia all the way down into our area come Sunday and Monday. And even starting a little bit late tonight, tomorrow morning, and in areas north part of our forecast area. So that's the general gist of a satellite imagery right now. What's that going to yield? Let's get into that here. So briefly, we put a lot of stock into kind of looking at this imagery, and basically it just shows the color shaded areas are lots of different model potential solutions for temperature, how cold or warm the air mass is. And you can see, if you saw just left of this chart a few days ago, you would have saw it drop off from a cliff, basically, from very warm to cold. And anytime these lines cross these lines, Crater Lake, Lake of the Woods, so forth, it means snow levels dropping below those levels. So what this tells us here, we can just indicate this critical time period, Monday into Tuesday, where we have precipitation. These green boxes indicate ranges of precipitation amounts. And those lines dip below, certainly well below Crater Lake, right? Below Siskiyou Summit on I-5, down past Sexton Pass maybe, and even close to Medford. So it just draws our attention, calls it kind of a critical time period, Sunday night through kind of Tuesday. And then way down here we have wind, and this shows the winds are generally from the west-southwest, and 47 knots or 50 mile per hour or so, 50 miles per hour, but up to maybe 60 miles per hour, that 57 knots, and from the west-southwest. That just, again, kind of, this is the strongest wind period through the next several days, through a week or so, and draws our attention to it. So wind and lowering snow levels and precipitation all signals some impactful weather let's get into the kind of answer key, if you will, like how much precipitation is expected Sunday through Tuesday. Well, here you go, 1 to 2 inches along the coast and coast range area, west side valleys west of the Cascades, up to an inch plus, maybe in Roseburg, very beneficial, and western Siskiyou County. And what's interesting is look at the areas east of the Cascades getting some beneficial precipitation. This pattern favors them getting more precipitation than they've seen in quite a while. So again, very good in terms of precipitation coverage and amounts through early next week. Snowfall, this might be a little more impactful. We're not expecting flooding concerns. Ponding on roadways, we'll go back to this precipitation image. With the rainfall that occurs, of course, expect normal hazards, ponding of water on roadways, things like that, but not expecting major flooding or any flooding really with this system because, again, we haven't had a lot of rain in a while. Rivers will rise, of course. Now, the snowfall, of course, can be more problematic for travel. So look at these snow amounts. Pretty impressive. Up to 2 feet, potentially in the Crater Lake area. Lake of the Woods, significant snow. Siskiyou Summit, 8 to 12 inches potentially when all is said and done. These probably suggest a higher end of amounts maybe through Tuesday, but nevertheless, these are realistic potential amounts. Those lower passes along I-5, Canyon Mountain Pass and Sexton Mountain Pass, maybe up to 6 inches. Again, this is a 3-day total, so a long period of time, but you get the idea that this is a significant weather system and a cold one at that. Significant, especially for April. So the last kind of hazard, this map, not as clear here, but I just want to suggest this is wind gust potential Sunday night through Monday evening. Gust 50s or 40s along the coast, potentially even, some models suggest even higher. And east of the Cascades, very windy. Look at that, gust 59 potentially, Klamath Falls. So just a very windy pattern there, Sunday night through Monday evening. Now, this is a chart. We've studied the snow amounts or all half-inch snow events from 1990 to 2020 for Medford, Oregon, and you can see here at the bottom the x-axis is the date. So you can see most of these events occur somewhere between December through February. A few in March here, and then one over there, 2011, April 7th. Where we got 0.8 inches. So not many events of accumulating snow occur in April, predominantly because the ground temperatures, soil temperatures are very warm, hard to accumulate snowfall. It's got to generally occur at night or morning time. And we don't get as many strong systems this time of year. But I looked back couldn't find really any news articles about this time, so potentially not a major impact, but they did see some snow in April, so it can happen, just not common. So now let's look at the timeline for impacts here. So Sunday, things start to get active in terms of weather, and we expect generally light mountain snow, valley rain west of the Cascades. You can see snow levels around 3,500 feet, not expecting a lot of impact. These colors are risk levels, so it's kind of a combination of impacts and confidence in those impacts. So they go from little to none all the way up to extreme. Sunday night, things get a little more impactful. Mountain snow and valley rain increase, and snow levels start to lower some, but not expecting the heavy precipitation yet. Winds will start to increase as well. Monday, we've suggested is a high-risk day where we have reasonable confidence in high-impact weather, especially considering we're in April. So here we expect moderate and honestly moderate to heavy mountain snow. I'm just going to make that edit right now, just to not have any doubt what we expect here. There we go. Okay. Moderate to heavy snow, mountain snow, valley rain, and strong winds. Winds will increase. So the combination of strong winds and some mountain snowfall could result in downed trees in the mountains. Not a good day to travel up into the mountains, or even driving or hiking or anything up there. The worst conditions probably Monday morning, because road temperatures will be cooler then and can support accumulating snow more readily. Still, all day is potentially high impact. Strong winds could cover a large part of the forecast area. Focus probably the coast, higher terrain, and areas east of the Cascades. But there's still some uncertainty in terms of how strong the low will be that will move in. So even valley areas could see some strong winds Monday. Moving out in time, Monday night into Tuesday morning, snow levels lower further down to 1,500 feet, but precipitation is lighter. Confidence is a little lower now on what's going to happen. There's some different model solutions, and could still see some impacts. So the weather's not going to shut off Monday night or Tuesday morning by any means. So please stay tuned to your weather sources, including weather.gov/Medford for the latest updates. Here's just a reminder of things for, if you must travel into the mountains during a high impact day, here's your, some safety guidance for that. We'll be examining potential for winter weather advisories or winter storm warnings in upcoming shifts. And the last thing I want to talk about are valley temperatures. We know agriculture is starting to ramp up. Folks are growing things in their gardens, and folks, have larger agricultural interests. So we just want to emphasize that we do expect freezing temperatures west side valleys during this period, late weekend, potentially more early next week. But the cloud cover is going to be relatively significant, so we expect it to prevent temperatures from dipping well into the 20s. We don't expect that. I'm going to show one chart kind of here. This is Medford temperature ranges. The blue are morning low temperatures, and the red are daytime high temperature ranges. So, and the gray area down here is cloud cover. So you see a lot of cloud cover basically from Sunday through Tuesday, Wednesday, and then starting to drop off here as things might warm up. Daytime temperatures might warm up. But so a lot of cloud cover, and that usually keeps our temperatures from dropping way low. So that's why you see these dots. That's the more likely temperature forecast. So mid-30s, low 30s, low 30s there Tuesday morning, or Wednesday morning, that is. But then we have to be a little concerned as we head into later in the week. Clearer skies maybe could dip colder. And expect this similar thing, or a little warmer in the Roseburg-Umpqua Valley area. I think that does it for our presentation. I hope you learned something this morning. And again, stay tuned to the weather for updates for this storm.